Hello, welcome to R.A.I.N. In today's video we will cover chapter 4 of my book, Who Are You? Knowing Your Ancestors. Chapter 4 covers the colonizer's system of control. Let me read a little bit for you. My people, you know what they're doing to you. Now you need to know what makes it possible for them to do the things that they do. It's extremely simple to fool the ignorant masses, but once one becomes erudite about their word semantics and methods of deception and decide to take action, they won't be able to lawfully touch you. Their system is built upon the birth certificate and the social security number. Next, you can add the driver's license, marriage license, mortgage, car loans, and anything else they may ask a social security number for processing. Remember, we're not supposed to be U.S. citizens. That system was built for them. Our government is Societas Republicae Americanos. The fraud starts in the wake of the corporate civil war with the improperly ratified 14th Amendment, which states if you're born within the United States, you're a U.S. citizen. The United States of America has a treaty with the Moroccan Empire to conduct business upon the land. It doesn't involve the human trafficking of Moors. Go read the treaty and tell me which article states that Moors can be citizens of the United States. The United States is a corporation. In order for you to be a citizen of a corporation, that makes you property. Alright, moving on. The birth certificate has origins in England, during the 1500s known as a settlement certificate. The church was responsible for recording births, marriages, and deaths. The church was also responsible for not letting poor people starve to death and make sure they had adequate work. In return for the church services, the poor people were considered to be property of the church. Law case. The U.S. citizens residing in one of the states of the Union are classified as property and franchises of the federal government as an individual entity. Wheeling Steel Corp. versus Fox, 298 U.S. 193. Let me repeat that. The U.S. citizens residing in one of the states of the Union are classified as property and franchises of the federal government as an individual entity. Wheeling Steel Corp. versus Fox, 298 U.S. 193. Okay, now I'm going to get into driver's license a little bit. I'm going to read the definition of driver. Hold on. Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, page 585. Definition of driver. One employed in conducting or operating a coach, carriage, wagon, or other vehicle with horses, mules, or other animals, or a bicycle, tricycle, or motor car, though not a street railroad car. Period. A person actually doing driving, comma, whether employed by owner to drive or driving his own vehicle. Wallace versus Woods, 340, Missouri, 452. Okay? Now let's go over that second sentence. A person actually doing driving, comma, whether employed by owner to drive, employed by owner of the vehicle to drive, like for example a taxi cab. The taxi driver doesn't own the taxi cab. The company owns the taxi cab, but the taxi driver is employed to drive that car, right? Continuing on, or driving his own vehicle. This is when you're employed to drive your own vehicle to either deliver goods or to taxi other people around. Sort of like today's Uber driver. They would be known as a driver according to the law dictionary. So, if you just get in your car and you go down to the store to go get some milk or whatever, you're not a driver. You're actually a traveler. You're not employed by anybody to transport any goods or services or people from one place to another. You just went to the store to go get some milk. You're a traveler, not a driver. And you have a right to travel upon the roads. I have law cases for that. I'll get to it. First, I want to cover passenger. Same Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, page 1280. Passenger. A person whom a common carrier has contracted to carry from one place to another, and has, in the course of the performance of that contract, received under his care, either upon the means of conveyance or at the point of departure of that means of conveyance. In other words, you pay for someone to take you from one place to another. Like a bus. You get on a bus, you pay your fare, you're a passenger. Taxi, you get in a taxi, you pay your fare, you're a passenger. If you and your friend are driving along, or riding along in your car, and your friend is actually operating the vehicle, you're not a passenger. You're actually a guest. Because you're not paying your friend to take you anywhere. Let's see. Same page under passenger, they do explain guest. One carried for hire or reward, as distinguished from a guest who is one carried gratuitously. That means free. That is, without any financial return except such slight benefit as is customary as part of the ordinary courtesy of the road. So there you have it. You have a driver, you have a traveler, you have a passenger, and you have a guest. There's some law cases. Real quick, the right to travel over a street or highway is a primary absolute right of everyone. Foster's Inc. versus Boise City, 118. It has been held directly in a number of cases that at common law, the people have the right to travel upon any part of the highway. Boyer versus North End Drayage Company, 67 Southwest 769. 770. All right. I would like to let you guys marinate on what I just told you in this video. I hope it was very informative, and thank you for coming back to R.A.I.N. Peace.